What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and Dustborn developers think you are a bigot.
You are racist.
And I know what you're thinking. What? Me? I didn't do anything to the Dustborn developers. Well, you see, that's part of the problem. Unless you're part of the 83 people that have played Dustborn, and that's not really a joke. That is like their peak number of players. And that is really the problem in itself, is that nobody is playing Dustborn, and it is a hyper-political game that received government funding for it and promotes left-wing government opinions produced by the EU and the reigning government of the United States. So naturally, since the game has not been well received for not just its political nature, but the fact that it's, in all honesty, not that good of a game, it's like a knockoff Telltale series game in which you literally bully people in to get in certain events to happen. And because of its poor reception, Dustborn developers have taken to the media waves to cry hate and bigotry. This comes to us from PC Gamer. Dustborn devs call out the tidal wave of hate and abuse that has engulfed the game. Those who engage in such behavior will be removed from our community.
That escalated quickly.
Oh wow, your community of less than 100 players? The vast majority of the human population are not a part of your community. I know single bank, church, and school villages that have more people in their community than this game has in theirs. And maybe if you're going to cry hate and abuse when your game doesn't perform well, maybe most people don't want to be a part of your community. Red Thread Games has a zero tolerance policy for hate speech, harassment, and threats, and is banning users who partake in it. What users are taking part in hate speech, harassment, and threats? Are these actual hate speech, harassment, and threats? Or are these people just actively criticizing your game in the forums and you don't like it, so you just automatically call their criticism hate speech? Maybe they'll give examples. Let's find out in the article. In this article, they state that the game has attracted considerable culture wars backlash as seen in various users' reviews, YouTube videos, and Reddit threads where you see the word woke used a lot.
Well, of course I know him. He's me.
Hey, YouTube videos, that's me, eh? There's also a not insignificant amount of glee over Dustborn's apparently modest launch sales. Apparently modest launch sales.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
That's a very kind way of saying epic fucking failure. As far as the numbers goes, I think I saw that this game sold like 1,000 copies. And of that 1,000 copies, less than 100 people are actually playing the game. And you have to take into account a lot of those YouTubers and reviewers they're talking about are people that are streaming the game literally to see how bad it is and make fun of it. Red Thread Games has said, "We expected Dustborn to spark conversation and debate and look forward to engaging with our players in a positive, constructive fashion. Unfortunately, that conversation has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse."
Because this is not okay. It's just not.
Oh, people didn't like our game and we got our feels hurt. Oh. We welcome thoughtful feedback and respectful criticism. No, you don't. You know why? Because several of the YouTubers that I follow that cover this stuff, they reached out and asked you for a comment and you never got back to them. We embrace discussion and debate. Again, no, you don't. You literally made a game where you bully a guy while he's praying.
Brother,
What kind of discussion and debate is that supposed to stir? But we have a zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behaviors will be removed from our community. This is a fun part right here. In a follow-up statement provided to PC Gamer, Red Thread Games said Dustborn is a game that emphasizes the power of words and the importance of building an inclusive society where everyone belongs. So instead of standing up to hate speech, intolerance, or threats or anything like that, debating with those people or shaming them outright, using education and knowledge to, I don't know, maybe make them look like idiots, which is something they could do if they really wanted to try and they had actual facts on their side. Instead, they're like, nah, we're just going to take the easy way out. Welcome to Bantown, motherfucker. Because why would we debate and have discussions with people that outwardly hate us and try to convince them otherwise, or at least show how stupid they are, while we could easily just put our fingers in the ears and go la 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 la.
not a great plan.
Which is the equivalent of what you do when you ban people like this in your community. We are aware of certain explicit and hateful comments on our various channels and have taken action to ban these users immediately. Oh yeah, what users, Dustborn devs? What evil, vile things that they say? What intolerable hate speech did they spew? Notice how they didn't give a single example, a single screenshot, a single word dropped by anybody that could be considered hate speech towards the game or anybody having to deal with it.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
So where's the proof, Dustborn devs? So just like in many instances before, just like in pop culture television or movies, whenever there's criticism of the shows or movies, or in this case video games that come up, the developers are crying racism and bigotry and intolerance and hate speech and all of that. Yet they've provided no example, just as usual, of those said things happening, and they have announced that they are going to ban anyone that they say is doing those things, and that's just code for they're going to ban anybody that gives them fair criticism, because to criticize their product is to criticize their art, and to criticize their art is to criticize their very nature, and to criticize their very nature is to commit acts of hate. So ipso facto, if you criticize their game, you are engaging in hate speech.
You are racist.
But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you listening to all of it. We'll talk to you again later.